Okay, so today we're going to go over how I master my tracks. This is Notorious Conduct coming at you. We're going to be in WaveLab today because WaveLab 9 is my favorite software to master tracks in. It's a great software. It has huge meters to where you can really see what you're dealing with and how loud. It has a loudness meter that really understands where your loudness levels are, your LUs. And then the level meter helps you with your peak and RMS levels. And it shows them really nice and big too, so you don't have to squint your eyes, and it really details on where they're at. It's really on point. So without further ado, let's get into it. Whatever track here, I just upload it into. You can just drag and drop, honestly. I've already mixed it down, so hopefully we just get a good master out of it. Alright, so what I do like to do first, this is my mastering chain. I like to compress the whole thing as a whole. The whole track wholly. Just so you can't have any of those unnecessary peaks that come up and will peek through and clip. So just in case, we just have it compressed a little bit. And this song is pretty loud. Back on the block, it ain't nothing to speak. Compress it. Get a little bit of compression. So we're going to compress a little bit. Just to where it kind of touches it. I like the P ratio to be like a 4. So what we're doing right now is just doing a little bit of dynamic compression and just trying to get those sounds that aren't too loud brought up a little bit more so you can hear the detail in them, and stuff that is too loud to bring it down just a hair so it's not clipping and we're getting a nice smooth sound out of it, and so we can actually hear what's going on. And then what I like to do is I like to listen to it with it and then without it. With it and then without it.
Oh, wait a minute.
As you can see, it's just a little more tighter, and it really kind of starts tightening that mix up just a bit. So what next is like go post EQ. I really like to bring up the sides and mix it like that. It really makes it a little more brighter than usual, and like I'll cut the low end out of the side just so like we don't want any sub bass in the sides, honestly. So it'll just cause a lot of phasing BS and stuff. And honestly, sometimes I do a little bit of dynamic upwards compression and downwards compression, you know, multi-band compression, which is this one. But this one is really good for upwards compression, and I can't think of the freaking word right now for some reason. I'm just doing this so you can hear the difference. Oh, that's the reason. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. An exciter, you know what this should be. This is just gonna really add a lot of harmonics. This is what makes your track pretty much louder, by adding harmonics in places that you didn't think about it and stuff like that. So this is what's gonna like bring up your overall girth of the song, you know what I mean? It's like it'll really bulk it up a little bit. So let's listen to that with it and then without it. Back on the block, it ain't in the speaker. This view right here actually shows the harmonics it's adding throughout the song. So different settings add different harmonics. So let's just take a peek. My favorite is usually the tape. And then the imager is the last. We need to spread stuff out. I like to really spread the highs out and then make them, all these make the sub mono. So let's just that's a nice image we got going on right there. You can tell where the kick is. Nice bright image. And last but not least is probably my favorite part. We're going to put a limiter on there and make it loud, I think it's an overall pretty good master right now. Like we got some nice compression, some EQ to really bring up the sides and mids. We can do left, right. Oh, that's what I don't need. Interesting. I don't know why this isn't like this. Let's listen to it real quick. Mute the limiters. Sub cut out of my right. I don't know what that was doing, or why that was like that. Do that. Let's just do that.
Wait a minute.
Thank God I checked that. I don't know what was on. I don't know why that was like that. now. Let's turn the limiter on. Really loud now. Honestly, I love you, Jeff, but I know that my teacher, Jeff Merkel, professor, boom, boom. And he usually tells me to keep it at like -6 is loud. But I'm trying to compete with these big name artists, and they're putting their crap at like -3. And so I need to figure out how to do that. So what I do is I turn it up, like on the limiter. Alright, I think that's definitely loud enough. I mean, it definitely caught a lot on my phone too, so, well, let's just see what the overall master render looks like. So let's hear it without mastering and with mastering. Without. And with.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's really loud. Okay, so let's do this. And then when you render this, it'll actually show you the file in the next audio form. I didn't mean to do that. Ooh, that thing is compressed pretty heavily. As long as it sounds good, though, honestly, I don't care. It's nice, loud, and sounds thick. Most EDM genres, I mean, they are going to be compressed in either way. Look, from there to there. There. Didn't mean to do that, but that, my friends, is how we master. Thank you so much for enjoying yourself.